y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to my monthly makeup review countdown series. We're just going to go back over all the products I've been testing this past month, and I have gathered together the products that really stood out to me. I feel like I really know my thoughts on them, whether they are really bad, really good, or just right there in the middle. I don't really love them, don't really hate them, that kind of thing. And I have laid them all out here, and we're going to do a countdown series starting from the worst and working myself all the way up to the very tippy top favorite from this past month. And I have 12 products to talk about with you guys today. So yeah, let's just keep this intro short and sweet and dive right into it. Okay, we're gonna start with the worst, as I said, and work our way to the best. So at number 12 are the Clove and Hallow liquid lipsticks. I think they're called Lip Velvets to be exact. I forget exactly, but these little guys here, I have a wear test on my channel of this shade right here, which is Sugar Bear. If you want to see, I'll have it linked up here. These were just a big fail for me. This one, for starters, and I understand it, the brand did explain to me that it is because of the color. It's like less intensely pigmented, which makes sense because this is so sheer compared to these. Like, these are so pigmented and the color glides on effortlessly. You don't have to work to get an even application, but this guy here, it took so much work, and by the time you finally had an even application, even with like a black lip liner is what I was using to try and get it nice and even, it's then so thick on your lips, it just doesn't make for a very good wear. I tried 3 different times to wear these, and by the like 3rd hour mark, I was just, 1, my lips felt extremely dry, but 2, I was just ready to have them off because they didn't look nice, and especially when I would wear them in a video. I want to say I wore this one in a video. By the time I finished the video, because I talk so much, you know, for like 20 solid minutes or 30 solid minutes, I didn't think it looked very nice by the end of it. So yeah, overall, I really did try to like them, and I do like how, you know, kiss proof they are. That is nice. I never had to worry about getting lipstick on my kids. I just don't like how they wear on me throughout the day. I just don't think they age gracefully once you start talking, drinking, living life, that kind of thing. Next up as a fail for number 11 is Hank & Henry's Slick With It, I think it's called. This, the color is Blickety Black, a long wear liquid eyeliner. This I thought would be promising because even though it does dry down to a more shiny finish, it is a type of liquid liner pen that I like. It has a brush tip and it is very easy to go on and looks very pigmented. But something I noticed the more I used this was, one, I don't know if it's just, I feel like it dries out very quickly unless you really sit there and shake and then go. It definitely helps, but something I noticed, if you ever put this over anything metallic or anything with like shimmer and whatnot, it was so liquidy it almost wouldn't show up. And talk about frustrating. I think by this time I'll have my Juvia's Place 3 Looks 1 palette or 3 Looks 2 palettes up already on my channel, and I did use this at one point, and if you watch in there, I started to use it and then I just got up close and I was like, it's just so watery. It's not that intense black that I look for when I'm doing my liquid liner, so I ended up reaching for something else. So yeah, when you actually use it on your eyes with eyeshadow and stuff like that, and especially, as I said, metallics, it's just way too watery. So overall, just a huge dud for me. Maybe for someone who does minimal to no eye makeup, this will work great. But if you have anything like watery eyes, again, even if you wear hardly any makeup, I wouldn't recommend this because one day my eyes were watering when it was really windy outside anyway. My eyes watered and ended up meshing with this, and then I had black all in here and on the outside of my eye, and I looked a hot mess that day. So it's not waterproof at all. So I just can't find anything positive to say about this, so it's definitely a fail. Okay, so for number 10, I'm putting the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. I'm not going to go too in-depth because I do have a review for this on my channel, and I do a demo of this against my like typical eye primer method, so I'll have that linked up here, and I do encourage you to go watch it if you want the full in-depth review and to also see what I'm talking about. But basically, I don't like this because, one, it is so dry and so hard. It is very difficult to apply that to your eyes smoothly. I really felt like I was tugging and pulling at my eyes, and because it's so drying, it just applies really oddly, I guess I would say, to your eyelid, and then depending on the type of eyeshadow that you wear on top of it, it can crease. So right there, I mean, if something creases, I'm not going to take that chance. I'm someone who, I want to do my eye makeup in the morning and I want it to still look good at night. And I mean, yes, there can be a little bit of wear, but I still want the intensity, I still want the color, and I definitely don't want creasing, and this guy would crease on my problematic eyes. So right there, that all those reasons combined, this is a fail. Okay, next for number 9, I tried the Maybelline MasterChrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter in 520. I forget what the shade is called. For some reason they don't put it on this, they just put the number, but online they have the name. Anyway, this is a really pretty highlighter, and the first couple times I used it, I was just like, ooh, Ooh, oh my goodness, why does no one talk about this? It is stunning. I'm sorry, the highlighter is not black. I was just swatching a black eyeshadow before lunch or before the kids went down for a nap. Anyway, this is really pretty. And as you can see, it swatches beautifully, reflects gorgeously, and when you put it on your skin with a highlighter brush, it looks beautiful. But my problem is, halfway through the day, I go look in the mirror and I notice a significant difference in how my highlighter looks. And then by the end of the night, there's still a glow to your highlighter, but it's anywhere near as intense. And I'm sorry, if a highlighter is going to leave my face during the day, I don't have time for it. There are so many good highlighters out there. So for me, while it is gorgeous and I can see myself using it for the days when I just want to throw on some shimmer, I'm not going anywhere, but I want an intense highlight for a video, I can really pile this on and it will look beautiful. But I just know that I'm not going to see it as intense on my face at the end of the night. Yes, it's gorgeous on the face, but it just doesn't last. All right, I am praying I'm doing the counting right this month. If you saw last month's countdown, that was a disaster. Anyway, I think for number 8, we have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I tried this because everyone raves about it, and I got curious and I got sucked in. I don't understand this. So I know it doesn't look like I've used it much, but I've probably used it at least a week's worth, not back to back, but I want to say 6-7 times. The first couple times I tried it, I just swirled my finger in it and I felt like I was almost just getting a greasy top layer, if that makes sense. Like as you can see, it just almost looks like an oily top layer or greasy, whatever you want to call it. I just didn't know if maybe that's why my experience wasn't so good. So then I started to really dig it out because I feel like that's what I see people do. They have like this chunk of this primer and then they like warm it up and then apply it to your face. So I thought, well, maybe the reason I'm not seeing anything is because I really need to get the product out. So that's when I started doing that and digging into it. But no, it didn't do anything. It didn't help anything because I don't see anything happening with my face when I use this. I have used this, as I said, like 6-7 times, and each time I used it, I always do it on half my face so I can tell, and I changed up what I did on the other half. Most days I would leave it with just no primer and just use this, and both sides look the same, both sides wore the same. This really doesn't fill my pores. Like I have other primers in my collection that do more for pore filling. This, I mean, I have it on this side of my face, and when I look up in the mirror, I can easily see that I have a very deep, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like a little hole in my face. I don't know, it's a pore, but it's just very empty. I have a scar here from an old acne mark. I have a lot of them around here. I have some more acne scars here, and they look as evident and out there as when I don't use this and just go on, like put my foundation on after applying moisturizer. So this just really does nothing. And if you use this and you love it and you think it fills in every little pores and gives you an airbrush finish, please tell me how you're using it, because I don't know, I'm so confused. And that's why I kind of put it in the middle, because I mean, it's nice, like it applies smoothly, it applies nicely, it feels nice on my skin, but I just don't see it really doing anything. And I don't know, I don't get this, so that's why it's kind of right in the middle as just like, what's the hype about? Okay, for number 7, I am going to do this brand called Lucky Chick. There are 2 different types, but I'm putting them both at number 7. So they sent me 6 of them in total, but each of the liquid lipsticks matches up with a lipstick, which I thought is really cool. But anyway, first off, let's talk about the liquid lipsticks. They sent me these 3. I will say, I don't know if it's because it's a color purple, but this behaves so differently than these 2. This behaves almost like a lip oil. It's very thin in consistency. The color isn't there, and it honestly smells a little different than the rest, if I remember rightly. I remember putting this on my face. Yeah, it smells different, so I don't know. Maybe it's because of the coloring, they had to do different formula, but I wasn't a fan of this, so definitely out of these, this was a fail for me. But these 2 are really pretty. I have Paradise on my lips right now, but I've worn these interchangeably over the past couple months, I feel like, on my channel, and they're really nice. I like them if I want to do a glossy look when filming, because I can put these on and I don't have to worry about them getting on my teeth, which is really, really nice, because one of the things I don't like about a very glossy lip is because I always get it on my teeth, but I never noticed it ever on my teeth. The reason I kind of put this in the middle is because while I love it for filming, I don't like it really for wearing, because didn't mean to demonstrate it that much, but for the same reason I don't like lip gloss, everything gets caught in it and I don't have time for it. So that's the biggest reason why I like these, and I can definitely see myself wearing them again for videos when I want a glossy lip, but I don't have to worry about it on my teeth. I don't really foresee myself ever reaching for it to go out and about, just because it's so high maintenance of trying to get my hair or my kids' hair or, you know, on my kid's face, getting it off. It just transfers everywhere. Moving on to the lipsticks. These are just a step higher for me than the liquid lipsticks. Once again, just like with the liquid lipsticks, for some reason this purple wasn't my favorite. I found it a little tricky to apply evenly to my lips because on the inside where my lips tends to be more moist because it's closer to the inside of my mouth, it didn't really want to apply very well. But it did wear, once I got it on, it did wear similarly to these. But these two, which, did I even tell you I got Blissful and Paradise? These two are gorgeous. They are so creamy and so smooth on the lips. And yeah, I just thought they are gorgeous colors. They're very beautiful. They are a matte type of formula, so I wasn't really reaching for these when my lips were really dry. Also too, magnetic closure, really cool. I want to say Lucky Chick is a bit higher price. I looked at it, but I'm totally blanking because I just have no long-term memory. I barely have a short-term memory these days, but I do remember kind of seeing that price and going like, okay, those are a little more expensive, so that may be why it's so expensive. The actual packaging itself doesn't feel super luxe, but it is nice. So overall, I really like Lucky Chick. They have their pros, they have their cons, but I can see myself getting use out of them in the future, and that's why I put them right in the middle. Okay, moving on. Maybelline City Bronzer. This, I really am torn on it. I'm wearing it today just as my bronze contour, which they do market it as a bronzer and contour powder, so it's supposed to be a 2-for-1. I find it just a very interesting color. I don't know. I just struggle with it. Some days I felt like it looked like a cool tone orange on me. Does that make sense? I don't know. It just confused me. I felt like I liked this. Can you even see that? It's a very light powder, which I like those more buildable powders for my face. Yeah, I don't think you can even see that. I like the buildable powders for my face, but the tone of this just wasn't what I look for when it comes to a contour. As I said, I liked it a lot more when I did a bronzer. It is a very smooth formula. It reminds me, feeling it, of the Milani, what is it called? Hydrating Matte Bronzer. This just has it's cool tone, but it has a warmth to it. Did I tell you? The shade I have is 200. And once again, it doesn't tell me what that color is, but it's 200. It's a nice powder. I don't fault it. I noticed it lasted all day, but the coloring is why I placed it where I did, and it's just a little off. So I don't ever foresee myself reaching for this to really contour out my face because I felt like it just looked a little orangey. But as a bronzer, it is very nice, and I do really like it, and I love how smooth and just buttery feeling it is. Okay, number 5. I'm getting a little hazy here, but I think we're at number 5. This is the new Mavie Hidden Talent Mascara. They sent this to me to try out, and I like it, but it's not my favorite, if that makes sense. Now, it's not my favorite because this does not do a whole lot for your lashes. They market this as a mascara for more natural days, which is not tend to be what I go for, but I did want to give it a try. And it does more for my lashes than I anticipated. It does give a nice curl to them. It does give a lot of definition to them, but it doesn't give a lot of bulking, which is kind of why it isn't a favorite of mine. But however, something I really do like about this mascara is, one, it's really nice for my lower lashes, and it stays on like no other. Like, I don't think they even market this as a waterproof mascara, but I think this might be even harder to get off my lashes than that L'Oreal Unlimited Volume Mascara, the waterproof version. This baby is so hard to get off your lashes, which is horrible at the end of the day when all you want to do is go to bed. But it is fantastic because you do not have to worry about it smudging. You do not have to worry about it running down your face throughout the day. It stays, doesn't go anywhere. So if you don't like having to spend a lot of time taking off your mascara, maybe that'll be a big con for you. But for me, I will definitely reach for this on the days when I want my lashes to stay in place, to not smudge, to not smear. This would be a great kind of end step for me when it comes to mascara. After I put the mascaras that really help to lengthen and volumize my lashes, then to run this through it to just kind of lock it all in, that would be really awesome. But overall, this surprised me, and I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. So, Hidden Talent Mascara indeed. Okay, next I have the Catrice Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer, Fresh It Up Moisturizing with Bamboo Water. Now, I do have a review coming for this product. I don't think it's live at the time of this video going up, but do know it's coming, so stay tuned for that, and I do compare it to my Smashbox. I really did enjoy this, and I absolutely loved it for that first step before I put on my base makeup, because there's a lot of days, I'm someone who always does my eye makeup first, so there's a lot of days that after I do my eyes, I have a ton of fallout, and so then I have to get a makeup wipe and clean it up, and then I feel like cleaning it up kind of removes all my skincare that I had put on before. So I really like reaching for this to kind of reapply that skincare and just let this soak in and really give me the hydration that I like to have as my base when I do my makeup. So overall, I really enjoyed it. It's so affordable, and stay tuned for the video comparing this to Smashbox Primerizer to see if it stole its place. Okay, coming in at number 3, I have the Glamierre Neon Pigments. I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 of them here, and I have used all these on my eyes. I'm not going to get too in-depth with my kind of thoughts in this video on these because I do have a 3 looks, 1 pigment collection coming to my channel very soon. This is actually the first look I'm filming for it. So at the end of all that, I can tell you that I really do enjoy these products. I just found them to be a whole lot of fun. They're very tricky to apply, which is where I'm going to kind of wait and leave it for my review coming soon so I can really explain to you why they're tricky and ways to help you apply them better. But once I had worn them a couple times and kind of figured out that learning curve, I really did enjoy them. And if you're someone who just wants a pop of something fun, like you don't have to go all out like me, these are a whole lot of fun. And it kind of frustrates me that the neonness of these shadows can never fully come across on camera, but in real life they are a ton of fun because they are so bold and so vibrant, and I love them. And they definitely got number 3 spot because they're just a whole lot of fun, and I was very impressed with them. Okay, one more that I'm not going to get too in depth. I'm sorry I'm saying this so much, but if I plan to do a dedicated video, I don't want to ramble too long and make these videos crazy long. But this is the Give Me Glow highlighters. I grabbed 2 of them during Black Friday, I think it was. I grabbed Champagne and Lilies, which has fallen out. It like became unglued, so that was that noise. But Champagne and Lilies, and then I have White Noise, which White Noise is what I'm wearing today. I really enjoy these. They are definitely, if I want a blinding highlight. Like this, for me, is blinding, and I went in so lightly. So if you're someone who likes that kind of super vibrant, super reflective highlight, I definitely recommend them. They are right up your alley. If you're someone who likes a natural highlighter, don't try these. You will not like them. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. So reflective. It goes on nicely. It lasts beautifully. I was very impressed. I was kind of sad that the Champagne and Lilies is just too dark for me. While it's very reflective whenever it's on the side, yeah, I'm sure you guys can see that. It's the wrong color for me, so it left a very serious cast on the side of my face. So yeah, I don't envision myself getting any use out of this, and honestly would probably put it on my Poshmark to try to find someone else whose skin tone works better for it. But this one, White Noise, while it is a little light for me because it is like a white one, I can get away with it, I think. Maybe I'm in the wrong here, but I can get away with it if I go on very lightly, and yeah, oh my gosh, they are blinding. Okay, last up. Whew, we made it to the end, or nearly the end. We're almost done. This is the Makeup Revolution, what is this called? Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundation. If you're someone who likes to touch up throughout the day, this, I think, is the perfect compact to have because not only does it have a sponge for you to be able to easily apply it, but it also has a little cover on it to keep it sanitary. I know people kind of harp on or just make fun of little sponges that come in products or brushes that come in these products, but this actually works very nicely, especially if you're wanting to just touch up. Like, I wouldn't say apply your whole face with this because that would take forever, but it really does. I don't really need to reapply, but it really does pick up the product nicely, and then just taps over so easily and is able to give a lot of coverage because it's so dense. I don't know, it's just a nice little sponge. But anyway, talking about the product itself, this is a beautiful foundation. I did not like going too heavy with this, but when I used a brush like, this is my favorite powder brush for applying powder foundation, Instapot Face Brush, it went on so easily, gave a very nice amount of coverage, makes it look very skin-like and natural, and it lasts beautifully throughout the day. I think this is going to be my go-to when it comes to a powder foundation, and honestly, I'm glad because this is being discontinued from what I hear, but I like this powder more than this powder. So yeah, that is obviously why I put it number 1 because I love it so much. It's so smooth. It really gives coverage. And like I said, you can really go full coverage with, here, let's see. Can you like see my vein here? Let's see if I can show. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but in person it totally covers my vein, and I think that's really awesome how full coverage it is. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's been a while since a powder foundation really impressed me, especially with how it wears throughout the day, and this just really impressed me. But yeah, as I said, this I feel like has been the most impressive powder foundation that I have tried to date. I feel like that's a bold claim to throw out there, and I don't want anyone to get like false expectations of like just getting perfection in here. Like I said, when I wear this heavy, it does crease so badly in my lines on my forehead and then on my smile line here. So it has its cons. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but when I apply it lightly, like I said, I prefer to do, it's just a beautiful, beautiful powder. Alright, so there you have it. That's my countdown for the month of February. Yes, oh my gosh, February. I can't believe it's already gone. The month went by very quickly for me. But yeah, those are the 12 products that I pulled out that I had really definite thoughts of. As always, let me know what you guys think of this video. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys. Oh my gosh. How long has this lash been flying free? If I go to edit this video and that thing has been up the whole video, I'm gonna kick myself. But I'm not going to re-record it because this mama does not have time for that. But if it was out the whole video, I'm so sorry, and that's one reason I don't wear lashes often, because I'm not that high maintenance. It bugs me, sorry.